It is one of the most highly anticipated presidential debates in history. President Trump and former Vice President Joe Biden will meet on the debate stage tonight in Ohio, and a lot of Iowans and Americans and those around the world will be watching. We've got two of the best political minds in the state of Iowa to share what they've been watching for. Craig Robinson, a Republican strategist here in the state, and Pete D'Alessandro, a Democratic analyst, join us now. Thanks to both of you for being here. Craig, I'm going to start with you. Do you expect the president to be on the defensive at all tonight about the new tax information and debt information as reported by the New York Times?
I think a little bit, but I expect Trump to be on the offensive tonight. I think that he's going to want to kind of set the stage and be the aggressor in this debate. He's also, according to the polls, he's trailing. So I think he's going to they can ask him questions about that, but I think it's where he goes with those and what he does. The best way to do it would be to answer it and move on. I think that's what we'll see the president do.
All right. He does kind of tend to make his own rules during debates. And Pete, given the president's frequent questioning about Joe Biden's stamina and, even his mental clarity, the president continues to bring it up. Is the candidate going to have to answer all of those questions tonight, Pete?
I think you answer those questions with your performance. If you're talking about stamina, if you're talking about whether someone is able to give and take, as you would expect a candidate and a president to do, just by performing well, you answer the question. So I don't think you have to answer them specifically. You just have to do well.
All right.
And I think that's what the goal will be for the Biden folks.
Yeah, nothing would be better for him than just a good, solid showing tonight. Craig, you mentioned the president's approach. Do you think he will follow any rules of the debate or even rules of conduct for that matter tonight?
He'll follow his own rules. I mean, I think we've seen this before, especially in these in Republican primary debates back in 2016. I mean, it was like the wild, wild west. And so, I mean, we're used to these very civilized presidential debates. I think maybe Trump will want to get under Biden's skin a little bit and have some back and forth. And I think that's why everyone's tuning in to watch this tonight. No one knows what to expect because I think that's just who Donald Trump is. And so this is much CTV, and in an election where we haven't had real campaigning going on, these three debates are going to be critical, I think, in helping make up the minds of these undecided voters.
Okay. Yeah, and Pete, the point is made there about this is a highly anticipated debate. People kind of expect these two to go at it. Joe Biden is no shrinking violet. Do you expect him to very strongly stand up to the president and try and talk him right back down?
Yeah, I think if you look at Joe Biden's past, he's actually done very well. I think there are some Democrats and maybe some Republicans that will tell you that really he turned the whole thing around in 2012. After a pretty poor performance by the president, he had a really good performance in the VP debate that year. I think where this vehicle could be really key for him is specifically to what's going on this year. I think a lot of people are looking for empathy. And that's one thing that whether you ideologically agree with him or not, he is really good at being very natural about that and conveying empathy. Mm-hmm. And I think that's something to look for tonight in terms of the questioning and whether he's able to pivot in such a way that he can show that, because if he does, it's going to be a pretty good night for him.
And with Iowa specifically in mind, Craig, it seems like, at least the polls that I've been watching, that Biden has been creeping closer and closer to Trump as we get closer to time to vote. Do Republicans feel like this is still Trump country tonight, or is this still very much up in the air?
Well, look, Iowa's always been a purple state in presidential years. So, I think, 2016 was a surprise when Trump won it by 9 points. This is always a battleground. And if you look at all the congressional races going on underneath this on the ballot, everyone knew you're going to have to fight for it if you want to win the state of Iowa. So we're still very purple.
All right. Well, guys, we are in for a heck of a debate tonight. It is indeed must-see TV. We'll all be on the edge of our seats. Craig Robinson on the Republican side and Pete D'Alessandro on the Democratic side. Thank you both for being with us.
Always a pleasure.